This course is brought to you by Appy Pie as part of our Academy series.
Now I want to talk about the importance of getting started somewhere. And it doesn't matter where you start, what's important is that you get started. And by get started, I mean not just coming up with ideas, but taking action on those ideas. And your actions may not be perfect, and I guarantee you they won't be perfect at first. Far from it. But by getting started somewhere, you're going to learn so much in the process that it doesn't matter where you start. And that's because the greatest learning tool there is failure. And it almost sounds cliche, but that's because it's so true that you're going to learn more by failing than any other method. And you may read a ton of books about entrepreneurship, and they provide great advice, but until you've actually failed, you're not learning as much as you could. And the only way to have failure is to get started. Without action, you can't fail. And it actually happens where the longer you wait, the more mental resistance you create. So let's say you have an idea and you want to see if other people have this same problem that you think they have. And instead of just talking to people that week that you had the idea, you wait 2 months. And in this 2 months, you keep developing the idea in your head. Well, now there's a lot of pressure. You've spent 2 months thinking about this idea. So you think to yourself, oh, this has got to be a good idea. If this idea is not good, then I've just wasted 2 months. And that gives you more resistance. You don't want to get started because the cost of failing seems to be much higher. And that's why if you had just started right when you got that idea, then if you found out that idea is not a good one, then it's not a big deal. I just came up with that idea less than a week ago. There's not this big buildup that this idea is supposed to be really great. And what's great about starting anywhere is when you start a business, it truly is a win-win situation. And that's because you either learn a lot from your failure or you create a successful business. So there really is no way to lose if you come in with this mentality. But the important thing here is to not look at failure as this big, terrible thing. Because in actuality, failure is a really, really good thing. And all entrepreneurs have failed at some point. And without that failure, they wouldn't have learned what they needed to know to get them where they're at.